Hi, my name is Astrid S and I am doing a series for YouTube where I'm answering your questions that you left on my page. Let's go! Okay, so the first question is from @LenaRush1520 and she's asking me two questions. Do you tend to listen to the same music genre as you produce, or do you listen to other types of music to relax and pause your brain? I make pop music, so I do listen to a lot of pop music, but I also love listening to jazz when I'm working. So jazz without a singer. So there's no lyrics, so I can focus on my work. And I also love to listen to indie pop, a lot within the pop genre. Alternative, I've just discovered boygenius. I'm very late, but I love that band. I listen a lot to them to relax and pause my brain. The second question is, how did you find your tune, music style, or singing voice? Did you try out different genres to sing before knowing what type of music suited you the most? I remember I was making a lot of singer-songwriter country pop music when I was a teenager, and then after I started recording in the studio, listening to my own voice, I found it to be like lighter, with some lighter texture to it. So that's when I started experimenting with darker pop. Like the first songs I put out is 2 AM and a song called Hide, which is, darker pop, and I really like the contrast of the dark and my lighter voice. But yeah, it takes some time, and I feel like going from project to project, I always like to experiment within pop so that it feels fresh to me, but I think for a lot of people it's just pop. Okay, @Kiran Kumar 6320 asks me, I feel like listening to your voice and lyrics soothe my soul. Thank you very much. I have been listening your songs a lot these days. Can you tell me what's your next project? My next project is an album that is coming out next year, and I thought it would take a lot of time to write it, but everything happened very quickly because I knew what I wanted it to be probably a year ago from now. So I just finished it, and we're shooting videos and pictures for it in a few weeks, so that's very exciting. @Clique Carolina is saying, hi Astrid, just a few questions for you. Your interaction with fans on social media has changed over time. You used to be very active, especially on Twitter, aka X, their new name, but it seems less so now. Can you explain why this shift in communication with fans has occurred? That is a very good question. I think for me, Twitter was where I first connected with fans, and there was this really amazing community there. I've seen less and less of that community be present on Twitter. So for me, it's been natural to move on to other social media platforms, but I did really love the Twitter era, where it was all about just writing whatever came to mind and then having threads and discussions, and felt more intimate than, an Instagram post. And I totally agree. I feel like posting on Instagram and Twitter isn't as conversational necessarily, but I'm trying to figure out I feel like everyone's trying to figure out TikTok, but I'm trying to figure out a way for it to feel more inviting and intimate like it used to. But maybe I should make a Twitter comeback. Okay, @UnluckyHT asks me, which song are you most proud of? Personally, I like a lot of your songs, especially Paper Thin, Someone New, Trust Issues, Hurt So Good, Doing To Me, etc. You're awesome. Thank you so much. That's really cool, because you're mentioning some songs that aren't necessarily everyone's top pick, so that makes me very happy. I'm very proud of one of my songs called It's Okay If You Forget Me, because to me, it felt like I was able to write it exactly how it felt, which can be hard sometimes, but it's very satisfying when I'm able to do it. For me, it was kind of this different narrative after a breakup, where you're kind of relieved and you're just wishing yourself and the other person well, instead of the super sassy, fuck you, you're my ex. So that felt very good. I'm very proud of that song. Several people are asking me who I'm inspired by. I see @Lorena Fairy17 and @Ellie_Beth ask me who I'm inspired by, and I am inspired by any artist that feels authentic and is doing their own thing without trying to fit in. To me, that's very inspiring. I do really love Taylor Swift. I really want to go to the Eras Tour. I also really like Olivia Rodrigo's new album. It feels fresh and different. I love Remy Wolf, and I saw that she's supporting Olivia on her tour next year, so I really want to see that. She's really cool. She has an amazing voice. I think she's from the UK. At Joshua Heim 7023, there's a lot of numbers in your usernames. He's asking, if you could bring an element back from a previous tour for a future tour, what would it be? Might be a piano arrangement, outfit, prop, stage, layout, etc. An element from a previous tour. I did a whole tour where the concept was doing it acoustic, so a stripped down tour. I would love to do that again. That experience was amazing and very intimate, and I feel like I connected with the audience in a different way. There was one weird concert though, because I was playing at this, I didn't know it was a diner, but I was playing at a diner kind of thing in New York, and people were like eating while I was playing a show. So you could hear like the forks and the knives working. But that was fun too. That was actually one of the best shows on the tour. At Implodistepa 1525 has several questions. I'm gonna pick out a couple. How do you know if a song you wrote is right? I think for me, if I start to visualize the cover art and the music videos, and if I get a lot of ideas on how to post about it, like what kind of language it has visually on social media or just in general, that's when I know it's a special song. I've also had times where I've written a song and I just think it's the worst thing ever, and then I send it to my team and they're just like, no, this is really good, and then I'm like, yeah, it's really good. So but usually it's, yeah, I think you just have, you just feel it when you write it, if it's a good one. And she's also asking emotions. How emotional are you from a scale of 1 to 10? I do think I'm pretty emotional. Everyone I've dated says that I have big mood swings, but my friends say I'm pretty stable. So I would like to believe my friends. I think I'm a stable, emotional girl. So from a scale of 1 to 10, I guess it depends. I feel like these days I'm pretty low actually, so maybe a 3. Yeah. At, this is a hard username, at Amen Targaryen score Lannister, oh, Game of Thrones, 8840, asks me, will you do more dance remixes? I like the upbeat pop bops, but I think Hide and Paper Thin are my favorites. Yeah. Thank you so much. That's really cool. Oh, I wish he would, like, he's mentioning 2 of my oldest songs, so which means, I don't know, I hope you like the new stuff as well. Yeah, I would love to do some more dance remixes. I have a bunch of songs that I've written that doesn't fit in with the album, but the plan is to reach out to different artists and DJs to see if we could work on it together, because there's a lot of songs I've written that I love, but just they don't fit in, and some of them would be great dance remixes. At Butterfly Feels asks me, you're one of my faves. What's your favorite song to perform? What's your favorite music video you shot? My favorite music video, I think either Emotion, because visually the scenery is so beautiful. It's shot in Iceland. I like Emotion and Such a Boy because they both tell a very subtle story, but a very powerful one. And we're actually making a YouTube series where I react to my music videos, so you can comment which ones I should react to. My favorite song to perform is this summer. I think it's been either It's Okay If You Forget Me or Pretty, which is a collab with Dagny. I love her. And favorite part of me, because then the band finally leaves the stage for a minute and then I played on piano, just me and the audience, which feels very special.